So this post is directed to MAGA creators, and I'm going to do something I never do, ever do. And that is to invite feedback and engagement from you, because I don't do that. It's not really my thing, but I need to because I am beyond curious. As you surely know, on Inauguration Day, your guy, Donald J., signed an executive order to eliminate birthright citizenship in the United States. And I just really need to know if you're okay with that. So let me formulate my question. It's just going to take a second. Here's the point. Birthright citizenship is written in the Constitution, in the 14th Amendment, in very clear terms. Here's the text of that portion of the amendment. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state where they reside. So this is not one of those things like substantive due process, which we saw in Roe v. Wade, where people are trying to make the case that it should be included or it is included in the Constitution. This is written right here, very plain language. It says if you're born in the United States, you are a citizen. No exceptions, no rules, no what ifs, nothing else. It's just a rule. If you're born here, you're a citizen, period. Also written in the Constitution, very clearly in Article 5, go check it out, is the process to either add or repeal an amendment to the Constitution. And what it tells us in Article 5 is that if you want to add an amendment or repeal a prior amendment to the Constitution, you need to get 2/3 of the House and then 2/3 of the Senate to vote on it and agree on it. And then if it passes that benchmark, it goes to the states, and then 2/3 of the states have to also approve that change to the Constitution. It's written right there in Article 5. And repealing an amendment actually happened one time before, and that was the process that was followed. And you may remember that it was prohibition. In 1919, the 18th Amendment was passed, which made it illegal to manufacture, distribute, sell alcohol in the United States. But then 14 years later, in 1933, the 21st Amendment went through the same process of approval to repeal the 18th Amendment to then make liquor legal again. So this is the question I'm putting out there to MAGA creators. And I'm saying creators because I don't give a shit if you have some like 10-digit number in your name and no profile picture, no content. You don't count because you're not putting your face on it. You're not putting your persona on it. This is only for people who have the stones, the guts to actually put their name on it, their face on it. It doesn't have to be your real name, but if you have a persona, you have a following here, you're who I want to hear from because we can at least have a discussion, right? So to those creators, I say this. Look, I understand you may not like the rule. You may not like the idea of birthright citizenship. You might think it, I don't know, waters down the population. It somehow leads to some bad result. You may hate it, but it's the rule. And you know, a lot of you are these big 1776 guys. Well, the process was laid out in 1776, or approximately. The Constitution was a few years later, in case you didn't know that. But that's where it came from, the process. Now, the 14th Amendment was obviously a post-Civil War amendment, but this is the process that the founders came up with. And so this would be just like if on his first day in office 4 years ago, President Biden had issued an executive order saying the Second Amendment is no longer effective. We shall infringe on your right to bear arms. I mean, would you have been okay with that? So I really want to know, are you okay with Donald J. issuing this executive order to undermine the way it's supposed to be done pursuant to the Constitution? If you are okay with it, I mean, it would say no judgment, but I'm totally judging you because this is the most un-American thing I've seen. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why this is okay. And I understand, like maybe you want the change. I get that. I mean, I don't, but I understand at least that mindset. Explain to me how or why this could ever be okay for him to just thumb his nose at the basic tenets of the Constitution. I'm all ears. I really want to know. So tag MAGA creators, I guess. Give me some feedback. I got to know why this is okay.